right. I'm pretty sure the mic is not muted this time. I think I got it. Hey, what's up, everyone? What's poppin'? AJ Writes Crypto here for another live stream. Got a lot planned today. Let's get into it. Already got 65 people in here. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you smash that like button. I'm super excited to get into today's show. Today was a little crazy, little hectic morning. I made sure I ran to the post office super early because I knew I had some packages that I've been waiting for a little bit. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but behind me, it's blue, everybody. See, it's blue behind me. I recently, I spent a bunch of money on some lights. I was always like kind of borrowing everyone else's lights and I didn't have any of my own stuff. So I, took some crypto money, put it into some lights to invest like in my backdrop. I'm going to get this thing hung up, get a little bit like more of a professional looking background behind me. I don't know if you know, but my Sappy Seal here is just sitting on top of a cardboard box, but it looks great. It also kind of diverts your attention to the spinning, levitating coin back there, which everyone really likes. So let's keep it going. Chicken Salad, I did not see the article you tagged me and just send it to me in a DM. But shout out to everybody in the chat. How you guys doing today? We got Brandon McLean, Jeanette, Kevin Billow, the Davenport Report. I love that name. I don't know why, but I do. Richard V, Mike Lowry, Jason Owen, Brian Maver. Shout out to the mods. Desert Crypto. Good to see everybody in here. Really appreciate it. Already got 116 people in here. Make sure you smash that like button. Really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so today I went to the post office super early in the morning. I got a couple of these non-lights. I don't know how you pronounce it, but these things are super awesome for like little light bars. If you want to put them on the wall, like maybe I'll put like here, one over here and it'll bounce a different color, something like that. I also got one here to kind of light the side of my face. I also got some like bigger, like box lights. There's one over there and then one kind of behind me to light the thing. So kind of investing in myself, getting some little bit more professional lighting. So there's that. I also ordered a neon sign that says AJ Writes Crypto. Super excited for when that comes in. That's not in the mail quite yet. Got 2 super chats I want to hit really fast. We got Michael Hodge, $2. Michael, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Really appreciate it. Not financial advice / crazy to swap XRP for algo / HBAR. So not financial advice, but I do hold all 3 of those projects. Personally, I hold more algo and HBAR than I hold XRP. And that is for a reason. I think XRP is more of a safe pick. I'm not a person that likes to accumulate Bitcoin and Ethereum because I think that they are already, the market caps are so large as of this moment right here, right now. Bitcoin's market cap is $692 billion, which means, for Bitcoin to double, another $692 billion has to go into Bitcoin's market cap. Same with Ethereum, $237.1 billion. So with that said, think about how much more money has to go into those projects for that price to double. All right, just simple math. Market cap divided by circulating supply equals price. Okay, so so really XRP and Cardano are my Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are my safe picks, large market cap picks, where XRP at a $33.3 billion market cap, has a lot less to go in market cap to double than Ethereum does, right? But then you look at HBAR and Algorand that are 1 to 2 billion in market cap, a lot easier to catch up. And we also have a pretty good feeling, at least I think so, that HBAR and Algorand will probably get somewhere between 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 billion, which is where you really start getting those X's because those market caps are so low. So it's really, personally, I hold XRP, Algorand, and HBAR, but I hold more Algorand and HBAR than I hold XRP because I want to get more X's with the larger portion of my bags. I hope that answers your question, not financial advice. We also got a $10 super chat from, we got 2 $10 super chats. Damn, you guys are awesome. The Sketchy Machinist, I like your name. Thoughts on Crow? Could you do a deep dive on Crow in the future, talking tokenomics, burn mechanisms, TA, etc.? Sure, man. 100%. Totally. I got my xylophone of Post-it notes that I use every day, playing the song to my crypto future. Sounds like that xylophone of notes. I'm going to throw that one away. I'm going to put CROTA tokenomics And on the second half of the show, when I do charting, call out charting, I will start with CRO. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Sketchy Machinist. Really appreciate you, bro. We also got a $10 super chat from Bernie. Can you please do a price prediction on Theta? 100%, dude. 100%. I will also put Theta on my TA list later in the show. And I do have a couple price predictions planned for the next couple weeks, but I will put Theta on that list for sure. That is one that I don't really know if it'll get a lot of views. I don't think Theta is a really hype popular project, but I think I should still do a price prediction on it down somewhere down the road for sure. Can you look at Alchemy Pay? $2 super chat, Brandon Valdovinos. Yeah, sure, I can look at Alchemy Pay. I'll at the end of the show when I do charting, I will take a look at that one. All right, already got 3 on the list. Happening fast. All right, really appreciate you guys. Thank you. So all right, so I got a bunch of stuff in the mail. We talked about the lights, right? I also am a super big comic book nerd. I got an exclusive variant cover of Department of Truth 14 with Kurt Cobain with X's on his eyes. It's kind of like the X's on the eyes represent the devil in this comic book series called the Department of Truth. I'm a really big comic book nerd. I've been wanting this specific variant for a long time. I collect variants of comic books, the ones that I like a lot, like the Fight Club comics. It's the Department of Truth is an absolutely crazy comic book series. If you haven't ever read that series, it's basically about, so the Department of Truth. Saga is amazing, Ellie. Shout out to Saga. But so the Department of Truth is like a secret organization that prevents conspiracy theories from becoming real. Because how it works, you're right, it is an accordion desert. I don't know why I've been calling it I said accordion. I don't know what I said. I forget. I have a bad short-term memory. I just watched Finding Dory the other day. Sorry. So you have number 1 in a case. That's awesome. I have number 1 of Department of Truth in a case. But basically, they prevent conspiracy theories from becoming true because once so many people believe something is real, it will happen in reality. Crazy concept. Amazing story. Anyway, and then I got a couple really big boxes. And I was like, Jada, what are those? Like, we didn't buy, like, what could that be? And it turns out that my channel sponsor Bitget sent me a care package of so many things. Bitget sent me so many things in the mail. And so they sent me this cool little box. They sent me there's this other box down there that the lights are on top of at the moment, but they like one of those blow up sleeping bag things, like a picnic blanket. They sent for when my trades are getting too hot on the stream, I can cool off my trades, kind of cool off the trade. So Chris, I actually made an unboxing video that my buddy Goody is editing into a short that we were going to put on Twitter. And with that video coming out, we are actually going to do a giveaway. Bitget sent me this nice little fancy box here. You open it up. I'll open this for you now. And it's kind of like it's whiskey glasses, with some stones in it, to use for ice cubes. We actually thought those were dice, so we did a dice roll. There's like an ice cube thing. So really like fancy Bitget whiskey glasses. But if you know me, you know that I've been sober for a number of years. And I will not need the Bitget drinking glasses. So for my community, I'm going to give away, the Bitget drinking glasses as like an early Christmas present to the community. And that giveaway will be attached to the video short that we're putting out later in the day. So shout out to them. Also, yesterday I did an interview with Zenobia. Big shout out to Bitget. Thank you guys so much for the care package. Really appreciate it. Make sure if you have not signed up for Bitget yet, make sure you click the link down below in the description and follow along with Bitget. Joseph Coupador, AJ, did you get Apollo ID? I 100% got Apollo ID. And it's completely legal. There's nothing weird about it. Anybody can legally go get Apollo ID. And then anytime you're trading crypto for your own safety, always run a VPN. I prefer running my VPN from the Netherlands or the United Kingdom, but that's my personal preference. So $10 super chat from Crypto Brent. Thank you for looking at Corium the other day. Would love to see more look at tokenomics as I found them to be strong. So Corium tokenomics. Okay, I can do that. Thanks for the $10 super chat. What's up with the $10 super chats today? You guys are killing it. I really appreciate it. Corium tokenomics. You made it on the xylophone. I'm going to keep calling it a xylophone desert. I don't care. It's a xylophone. Why did I call it a xylophone? All right. Anyway, so we got Crypto Agnostic $5 super chat. What's your opinion on PRQ? All right. PRQ also making the list today. Wow, the list is getting full early on in the show. I'm cool with it. I'm super cool with it. Yeah, so big shout out to Bitget. I really appreciate it. Can you share the PAL ID site you use? Yeah, let me find that really fast. Where is that? Hey, Goody, can you find me the link for the PAL ID? It's like RSI R, like a 3-letter thing. I have it. I want to give it to them because they. Yeah, the PAL ID. It's I have it in my notepad. 1 second. It's rns.id. There it is. Okay. Boom. I'll actually pull it over here before we do a Palau. I can't pronounce words like that. It looks like it could be anything. All right, so really fast, I want to show you guys what this is. So Palau ID digital residency program. So basically, if you sign up for one of these, it's completely legal. There's nothing weird about it. Anybody can do it. And then apply. It's $248. No big deal. And so you basically sign up online. It gives you 188 days per entry, and you can update it when you're done, whatever. And so basically, you fill it out, you get approved, and then a couple weeks later, it'll come in the mail. And once it comes in the mail, the doors open back up for Bitget and everything else. So nothing illegal about this, nothing sketchy. Anybody can sign up for this. It's in fact, the Republic of Palau, however you want to pronounce it, they encourage it because it's helping them out. So there you go. Nothing wrong with that. I want to keep the show moving here. Let me do a quick check on the chat. I had it covered up when I did that. Oh, wow. Mackie Powers, $20 super chat. Big shout out to Mackie. Appreciate you, man. I know it may be a tough one, but which one of the three has a better bull run? Kaspa, Link, or HBAR? I mean, to be honest, dude, that's a great question. That's a question I don't know how to answer. And, so that's why I hold all three of those coins. That's why I hold all three of those coins. That we'll find out. I mean, Chainlink has a much larger market cap now, so it wouldn't surprise me if Kaspa or HBAR got more X's. But at the same time, Chainlink has the cross-chain interoperability protocol, which is putting a bridge not just between DeFi and DeFi, but between TradFi and DeFi. And a lot of banks and institutions are going to use that protocol. So, Chainlink has, a monopoly on the Oracle industry, and everyone needs Oracle because everyone needs real world data on the blockchain. So I mean, I can't sit here and tell you which one's going to perform better, but they're all three of them, Kaspa, Link, and HBAR, are all going to kick some serious ass moving forward, which is why I hold all three. I'm sorry I can't answer your question there. Jackie, $20 super chat. Congrats on your new channel. Doing great. God bless. Jackie, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You are awesome. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's keep the ball rolling here. Let's check. I want to move this. I got to change this around really fast. It's already Wednesday. Oh, before I go into the markets and everything, it's already Wednesday. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Thursdays are, I think, is going to become the biggest day on this live stream. Thursdays are the biggest deal of the week because that is the day we are doing Rate My Portfolio. Last Friday, we did the very first Rate My Portfolio day on the live stream. It basically took up the whole live stream. I think I'm only going to save it for the second half of the day on Thursday, so we can still cover the news and everything else we like to do on this show, since this is a research oriented show. But that niche of doing Rate My Portfolios, no one else does that like I do it. Ben actually saw how hard that segment ripped, and he was like, AJ, I have to be on Thursdays with you. I want to do the Rate My Portfolio with you. That's a killer idea. We should do it together. And, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. I want to make it a thing. I'm even going to make, traditional videos that are Rate My Portfolio videos, maybe do 3 in one video, and then say, if you want your portfolio rated, come to the live stream Thursday, kind of funnel idea like that. So stay tuned for those videos. I think it's a really interesting series. And especially as time goes on, like, we'll see how accurate the scores actually end up being. So one day at a time, right? Hey, big shout out to JC. It's his son Daniel's birthday today. Big shout out to JC's son Daniel. Happy birthday, buddy. I hope you make it count. Everybody in the chat, go give some love to Daniel. Tell him happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day, my dude. No problem. Live it up. Enjoy it. There we go. Shout out to everybody in the chat giving Daniel some love. That's awesome. Big shout out to Daniel, bro. Happy birthday. Love to see it. Awesome. Oh man. All right. So where were we here? Where were we? All right. Let's take a quick look at the crypto, the market caps. Get a quick refresh on here really fast. I'm on the wrong tab. No problem. All right. Let's get the freshest of all refreshes. All right, here we are. We had a massive bounce last night. Massive bounce. I want to get into that. And it was, yesterday was one of those days where, everything comes down and people start thinking, oh, was that it? Was that it? Should I bail on my bag? Should I, what should I do? And a 2 days ago, not yesterday, but 2 days ago on the show, I said that everything looked like it was curving over and we were probably due for a retest. I did call the retest. I did not see it, honestly, bouncing up back as high as it did. Big shout out to Crypto Wendy O. She called the short squeeze idea yesterday, and she was spot on the money. Yesterday was 100% a short squeeze. Everybody thought that, we're coming down, and then they started putting targets below where the price was, going short, trying to get to those even lower targets, and all those short traders got trapped. Classic short squeeze move, and that's what happened. So just like that. But I'm really cool with that, to be honest. Eric, rate my portfolio 100% in algo. Well, I do my portfolio ratings on a scale of -5 to 100, and I believe that is a 100. I think that's the only case where there will be a 100. So big shout out to your amazing portfolio, Eric. And so everybody, big shout out for all the love and support in the chat. I love to see it. And also, I hope Daniel is having a happy birthday. And shout out to Crypto Tatted Zach. Make sure everybody smashes that like button really fast. Let's do a quick like check. Don't know where we're at. 176 likes already. Love to see it. So let's take a quick look at the crypto market. So we have, let me slide this over a little bit. Perfect. We got Bitcoin at 36.3, Ethereum back over 2,000. No surprise for that. XRP 63 cents, Solana $62. I definitely want to pull the Solana chat a little bit later in the show. Last night I was actually looking at the Solana and the Chainlink chart, and I actually texted Ben. I said, Ben, like, there's a bullish divergence playing out on the Chainlink 1 hour chart. I'll actually show you at 11:24 last night. Let me pull this up. Oh, why doesn't it stay still? I said bullish divergence on the 1 hour chart on Chainlink. I think I'm going to go long. And then he texts me at 7:18 in the morning. Dang, I was asleep. Looks good. But I did, I was looking at it, and then it started to turn around, and it actually dropped 2% before it went up. So I probably would have got liquidated if I went long when I said I was going to go long. But ultimately, the move, I was right about the move, wrong about the time. But that's trading. And that's why if you're going to trade, it's kind of scary to just, get in a trade and go to bed, even if you have a stop loss, because if you are watching it and actively like doing it, you would realize where the perfect time to get in the trade was. So I very rarely will I get into a trade and just go to sleep, but it is something I do from time to time because I'm a complete degen. All right. So Let's keep on moving here. We got Cardano 37 cents. Love to see it. Shout out to the Cardano community. Matic 90 cents. I'm gonna be honest. I slept on Matic. I don't like Matic's rich list. I don't like, how 85% of the coins are held by the top 100 wallets. That terrifies me. And that's a big reason why I avoid that coin. But Ben is right when he says, like, sometimes with crypto, you have to take your logic and throw it out the window. And he's completely right. Like, I should have been accumulating some Matic, at least a little bit of Matic. I forget how hard it has pumped in the past, 40 days or so. But I missed that one, but no big deal. You're gonna hit the other ones. When you miss a coin, don't get mad, just keep going. So Chainlink just under $15. I believe it was above $15 when I woke up this morning. Let's keep on rolling here. We got Kaspa 11 cents. Kaspa's 11 cents. New all-time high for Kaspa. Definitely going to put that one on my TA list. Want to look at that 11 cents. Wow. Shout out to anyone who bought Kaspa even in the past week. You are killing it. Love to see it. Kaspa's 31st by market cap, already at a $2.5 billion cap. I love to see it. When I say that Kaspa can go to $1, I mean it. I think minimum $1. And it's funny because when I did my price prediction for Kaspa, make sure you check that video out. I put out a couple days ago if you haven't already. But when I said $1 to $2.85 in the comments, there are people saying that I am undercalling that by a lot. There are people saying that is a very bearish prediction, when I'm thinking like, well, it's been in price discovery mode for for a bunch of months, 6 months, 7 months before this. And, if something pumps like 800%, is it just going to keep going forever and ever? And they think, yes, they think $3 to $5. A lot of people in the Kaspa community are thinking that's how high that coin can go. $1 to $2.85. If it got to that range, I would be happy. My bags would be happy. So, that is crazy, but I do love to see this coin bouncing. And hey, this goes to show that this is the game of attention. Crypto is one half tech and one half marketing, and marketing is a hype attention game. And right now, Kaspa has the attention 100%. It has the narrative, and that's why they're winning. So big shout out to the Kaspa community. I love to see it. All right, let me keep this rolling here. Go back. We got Hedera back over 6 cents. Love to see it. I scooped a little bit more up at the 5 cent level. Near protocol about just under that 170 level. We got Quant at 103. Maybe that one's headed back up to that 110 level like it was not too long ago. The Graph 13 cents. The Graph is a project that I want to start accumulating even in my public portfolio. Super bullish on the Graph. Algorand up a little bit, up 5.3% in the past 24 hours, getting back to that 14-cent level. Big shout out to the Algo fam. Got a lot planned for some Algorand content coming up here in the next little bit. Super excited to get that. Bitget token, 52 cents. Shout out to Bitget. Make sure you click the link down below in the description if you haven't already. All right, let's take a quick look at the gainers and the losers, and we will keep the ball rolling here. Let me look at the top 100. All right, Kaspa up 35%. Oh, I have to look at the Kaspa chart. I just have to. This thing, it's just unreal. We got Avalanche up 17%, Pancake Swap 18%, DYDX 20%, Thorchain's killing it, Render killing it, CRO 13%, Solana $62. SNX has woken up a little bit. Surprised to see that. That coin is a coin that was my eyes were all locked on SNX in 2021. Not exactly sure what happened with that project, but it has woken up a little bit. Gonna have to look into that. And this is really good to see. A lot of projects up at least 5%. Gala, Algorand, the Graph, Chainlink, Optimism. We even got Phantom up 4%. I used to love day trading Phantom. There used to be a lot of liquidity on Phantom on KuCoin back when. And hasn't been there as much lately, but it is still a coin that I have my eye on from time to time. Already, I have to look at this Kaspa chart. I just have to. Let me pull this up really fast. Let's just look at the 2 hour. Oh man. Look at that. Wow. Wow. So you're telling me that if you caught that, that $8 rip, I did buy some there, actually sold it when it was at 9.5. Should have held on to it. 40%. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. And the question really is with this, like, does it still have gas in the tank? Like, how much gas? Like, that's the thing with coins like this, especially when you see, like, the Chainlink Solana scenario where, especially Solana, right? Solana was at 20, goes to 30, 30 goes to 40, 40 goes to 50. And around that point, everyone's saying, all right, this thing has to turn around by now. There's no way this thing can keep going. Absolutely not. It's not going to happen. Guess what? It happened because everyone's thinking short. It's going to keep just liquidating all those people, and it just can. That's what happens in a bull market. That's what happens. This is 100% feeling a lot like a little bit of altcoin run, and it hasn't even barely got started yet. This is nothing compared to what it's going to be, but this is starting to give me that vibe, and I love to see that. I mean, even if you just went last night on Kaspa from a spot trade, where's midnight? Yeah, here's midnight, right around here. Spot trade midnight, 23%. Damn. That is crazy. Shout out to Kaspa. I'm super glad I did a price prediction on that video. Glad to see that community. Super vibrant. I love to see it. I love to see it. But now the question is, like, where is this thing going to chill? Even if we zoom into like the super small time frames, like there's so many examples here. Let me turn off some of the other indicators. Really quick. I'll leave high IQ on. But like look how many times like this thing looks like it's finally going to come down, right? This thing finally looks like, oh, like we could probably come down a little bit here. There is a little bit of a volume spike back here at the 10.8 level. But then at the same time, look at this. It did this here. It did this here. It did this here. Like this thing could easily go up, go sideways, go up, go sideways, looking like a staircase the whole way up the street. And that's super common price action. Super common price action, especially for a coin that has it all going on. I'm super curious to look at the EMAs. And so this is, kind of that lesson with the moving averages here. With the 50-day is the red line. 50-day with the red line, right? So when something is like bullish continuation, you're going to see the price keep bouncing off that red line, bouncing off that red line. And that's how you know that we're moving up. And anytime you see that, that's bullish continuation for days and days, especially if you look at the RSI down here at the very bottom of your screen, that, bouncing off the 50 line, bouncing off the 50 line. Anything keeps bouncing off the 50 line, bullish continuation. And so it is at that kind of point right now where I wouldn't want to buy it this second. But if this thing could easily just kind of come right down to this 10 and 9, even 11 cent level, drop down on like, half a cent and then continue on. I mean, that would not surprise me one bit. This thing is moving. This thing is moving for sure. Someone had a super chat. Here we go. Realistic HBAR price prediction, high and low, $2 super chat from Campbell. 1 second. I got you. I actually went over all my previous price predictions not long ago. I think on Monday I went over them, and I'm going to go back through the whole list and do those videos again. But I think I might change some things a little too bearish on all the ones I want to change. I think I was too bearish on, to be honest. But I don't want to I want to be reasonable. I don't want to get people's hopes up and say this insane high number. I do have a certain formula to how I do it, but I also want to be reasonable. HBAR, my price prediction department video for HBAR was $1.45 to $2.80. And, even if we're looking at that 6 cent level now, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, especially if we consider, here, I'll show you. I'm not exactly sure the details on off the top of my head where we're looking at HBAR supply being by the time we get to all-time highs, but this is a site that I love to use called thecoinperspective.com. One of the super easy tool to figure out what market cap has to be, but you also have to consider HBAR is like what 67% of the total supply is in. So we still need that other 33% of the supply to get. I mean, it is a fixed supply at 50 billion. So it's not, it's technically not inflationary because it is a fixed supply, but we still have that last 33% to come in. And some of it has been aggressively coming in the past little while, but HBAR does do transparency reports every month that kind of keeps us up to date on that. So I don't think there's going to be a burn or anything like that, but we are going to see it eventually work its way up to 50 billion. And in that case, once it has a $50 billion market cap, it'll be $1, right? So, 1 second. So what I like to do with this site is kind of like play around with what could be possible. But I forget what I said on that video about where the supply will be by the time we get to 25. I had a good estimate on that, but with the current supply for, $1.45 HBAR, we're looking at basically almost a $50 billion market cap, which is completely possible for HBAR, especially with all the partners they have. And I did an interview just yesterday with Zenobia Gottschalk she is the SVP Comp Senior Vice President of Communications at Swirls Labs. Just did that interview with her yesterday, going to edit it, probably put it out today, if not tomorrow. This interview was amazing. I asked her so many tough questions and she rolled with the punches. She didn't even trip. Before the interview, we had that little conversation. I am a big HBAR fan. I love the HBARbarians. I love that community, but I still want to ask some questions. And there were some. So if you don't know, next Tuesday, 6 days from now, I will be interviewing Dr. Liam Bard, the co-founder of Hedera and the creator of the Hashgraph. This man created the Hashgraph. Brilliant guy. Met him a couple Saturdays ago at Web3 Atlanta. He gave a speech about decentralized recovery, which is, awesome. It's obviously going to destroy. It is going to destroy the cold storage system. And I'm not ignoring HBAR's tokenomics. I just forget what my number was for the projected supply. I have to find that number, but it's about it's 67% vested. So we still have that last 33% to go. And how they decide they do transparency reports every month, and that's up to the governing council. So it's not a consistent number. It's not, the reason I didn't say anything is because it's not a consistent number with their tokenomics. It's not like 5% every year or 3% every year. It's decided every month by the governing council. And they also can vote. Nuke, you are right. The governing council can vote to create more tokens, But if you really think, the head honchos at all these companies that consist of the governing council are going to unanimously vote yes to add more tokens, it's not going to happen. Zenobia and I talked about that just yesterday. We went really far into HBAR's tokenomics, actually. And so listen, I don't want to get too far into it. I don't want to give too much of it away. I definitely want you guys to check out that video with Zenobia. I got a lot out of it, and I'm also really looking forward to interviewing Dr. Liam Bard next week. So that's going to be great. Head hunch, AJ's KTM 450 versus HBAR. Oh, that's a close race. It's a close race for sure. I can't wait to get another dirt bike and bring it down to Georgia. That's going to be something. Let me tell you, that is going to be something. Got a little story here I wanted to show you guys. Pulled up this morning about what's going on in Solana world here. We got Solana at $4 billion in 24 hours. I love that. And a $70 next for Solana. Probably. I don't see why not. I don't see why not at all. This thing has, like I said, crypto is 50% tech, 50% marketing. And Solana has the attention of not just the VCs, but now of retail. And first of all, we're not the ones, the retail investors are not the ones putting the price up this high. Okay. But, we also are creating that exit liquidity for the VCs. So you got to play it close to your chest. Because they are the ones pumping this thing. Don't get anything mixed up about that. All right. We got Colin, $5. Rate my portfolio. All right, Colin, this is what I'm going to do here, bud. Tomorrow is the rate my portfolio day. If I rate your portfolio right here, right now, everyone's going to send one, and I can't do it every day on the live stream. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to screenshot this bad boy right here. Bop, bop. Screenshot it. And if you come back tomorrow, I pinky promise that I will rate your portfolio. It'll be one of the first ones I do because I have a couple other screenshots saved up. And also, your score isn't going to be that high because you didn't give me a goal. You didn't give me a goal, Colin. You need to say, this is my goal. I want to get here. That's the first step to your portfolio, is establishing your goal. Your ceiling is already a little bit low because you don't have a goal set. That's very important. Mike J. Hey, AJ, first super chat I've ever done. Could you check out or do a deep dive into Bitrock or Brock? Found this gem a few months back. Sure, man. I am going to have to get into the charts pretty earlier maybe than I wanted to on this show, considering how many super chat requests I have for shout outs. I mean, we already have CRO. We have Theta, Cas, Alchemy Pay, PRQ. We got a lot to do in the show here, so I'm going to have to check that out. You said that's a brick. Is it brick or Brock? I don't know. I've never heard of it. Let me know. Let me know. So anyway, yeah, Solana adding billions of dollars into its market cap. Not a surprise at all. I mean, yesterday, I do want to kind of touch on this yesterday. If you watch Crypto Crossfire with Ben and I, Kathy Woods is saying that, from Mark Invest, is forecasting a $25 trillion valuation for the crypto total market cap by 2030. And I do kind of want to clear up some of the things that from yesterday on that show. It was a very interesting show. The chat vote ultimately did agree with me that it would not happen. Ben said that it would happen. And just by me arguing that it won't happen, I want you guys to know that I'm not saying that because I don't want it to. Of course I want that to happen. I'm just trying to be a little bit realistic. All right. Especially when you consider the total crypto market cap. So this is the total chart. And by total, I mean the total. Every crypto and stablecoin, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, smashed together. Right now, we're sitting at $1.37 trillion. I did want to point out how good this bounce was that we recently had. If you look at, this level right around here, it kind of bounced off of, it kind of got rejected from here, fought over it, and then wicked down to that level. That is really good to see it bounce where it did, especially this narrative will continue if it gets back over, 2% more, get to that 1.4 trillion. That would be almost to the halfway mark of the last all-time high for this chart, which was roughly $3 trillion. So, if we're looking at this like we're looking at any other chart, this thing is looking really bullish, especially how it is bouncing, where it is bouncing, higher highs, higher lows, whole way down the street. This is really good, okay? But I do want to pull on Hedera Watson envelope. See this, I love this indicator right here. It's called a NADARAYA, so Hedera Watson envelope. It is a free indicator on Lux Algo. I think it's awesome because it'll it looks like a Bollinger Band, but it's not. It looks like a Bollinger Band, but it's not. Okay. So it'll kind of range out, it'll keep like the range of a coin. And when you see this little red triangle right here, I mean, you could trade with the Hedera Watson envelope, Market Cipher B, and an RSI, and obviously high IQ if you want to. But I used to just trade with this and Market Cipher B. That was all I used. And, because this thing right here is kind of giving you this, telling you, hey, this is it, because it broke through the envelope. If you look at it, doesn't see how the price actually broke through the envelope. When that happens, that's a lot of the time. And this doesn't reprint. So a lot of the times this will tell you, hey, man, this thing broke out of the envelope. There's your short. From there, 7% down in 10 days or about 3% in 3 days. And this happens a lot. And this is a free indicator, which is why I like it. It happened again here. That would have been a perfect short. Happened for the upside here would have been a perfect long. And why I pointed all this out is because it just happened again when it broke out of the envelope down here, but already 3% in one day. And it's good to see those because they don't come very often, especially on a 4-hour chart. Super big on that. Davenport report. What's it called again? It is called here. I'll type it in the chat. It is the oops. Let me slide this over so I can see it. So I can spell it correctly. NADARAYA. Okay, and if you, because it's a Lux Algo indicator. So Lux Algo has the paid indicators that you can pay for, and then they have a bunch of free ones. And there's actually some pretty good stuff in the free ones. And that's why this is my favorite free one from Lux Algo. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I do like Sean. Met Sean in person. They did hook me up with a free lifetime membership for Lux Algo, and I like to use all the tools I can. And see, I that's kind of like a part of the conversation I want to have with indicators, because like there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and I use different things for different reasons. I think that this is one of the things from Lux Algo that I really like. And, obviously I am sponsored by Market Cypher. Crypto Face is my homie. I'm proud to be sponsored by Market Cypher, as, when I first got into trading, that was kind of my Bible that really got me into leverage trading. And I really like Market Cypher B for my main oscillator. And I also like High IQ, because what Head Honch and the guys over there, they've been working on it for like 5-8 years. And, you don't have to just use one indicator, especially when crypto is your life. And this is what you do every day for a living. You're not just going to use a one size fits all indicator. You're going to use this indicator for this reason, and this indicator for this reason, and this indicator for this reason. And that's, that's the beauty of it all. You don't have to just use one thing. You can use as many as you want. I know I called it a xylophone. I was joking around. You guys are going to keep calling me out on a xylophone, the damn xylophone. Ellie, I use Bitget. I did have a Femex. I don't really use it as much anymore. I'm super comfortable on Bitget, and I use it all the time. All right. So anyway, this is my conversation on the total crypto market cap. I got so sidetracked there. So, and if we just kind of zoom out to like, the weekly chart here, right? I mean, look at where we are. This here is the all-time high. This is some of my doodles from yesterday. Oops. Kind of just go to the candles here. And, this is the very top, about 3 trillion, right? And now if this is on logarithmic. So of course it doesn't look like that 25 trillion is far away, but when we take it off log and put it on regular, now that's the real truth. That's the real truth of how far away 25 trillion is. And I just do not think it's possible for that to happen by 2030. Could it happen in my lifetime? Sure. Why not? But we're talking about, 1,800, 1,700% gain. That could totally happen in my lifetime. But I just want you guys to know that, of course, Kathy wants that to be true because she's the investor that she is. But I want you to be real. I just want to be reasonable. Like my price predictions, I don't give these crazy moon boy psychopath predictions. I will give you a reasonable number that is possible. And I don't feel like that is possible. Not saying, but at the same time, I'm not saying that I don't want that to happen. All right. So I just want to keep the train moving. Let's start getting into some of the shout outs from the earlier in the chat. We've had a lot of super chats today asking for requests. It is the last 15 minutes of the show, so we can totally get into that now. We're going to start off with CRO. That was the first super chat of the day. All right, so pull this back up. Pop. All right, so here I'm going to pull the envelope off. I'm going to turn high IQ on. Let's look at 4-hour charts across the board for every, let's look at 4-hour charts for every coin. Actually 2 hour. Let's do more recent stuff. So this is CRO. As you can see, even if we back out here for just a split second, you'll realize that this triangle here was formed for a long time. Basically all of, this is from a pretty far downtrend, right? It finally broke out of that. A little bit, how long ago was that? Basically end of October, broke out of that. And this is why breakout trading is so, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. This is why breakout trading is such a big deal. This is why breakout trading is a good way to go, because when things break out, boom, 70%, You just got to be careful with breakout trading, and it's why we set tight stop losses. But breakout trading, it doesn't happen all the time. It's a rare thing. So when you draw these setups, make sure you have alarm set and you're prepared for what's about to happen. You know what I mean? We're talking a 70% gain here in 22 days. This is the kind of crypto money we're talking about. This is the stuff that makes people rich. All right. So where we are now, this thing wicked all the way out above 12 cents, right? And now it has come down, retest, kind of bounced off of this previous high. It's good that like when things bounce off of the previous level, what was once the ceiling is now the floor. We love to see that. Clinton Q, $5. Celsius cleared to exit bankruptcy and repay customers CoinSack emailed. Cool. Love to see that. I love to see that. I personally didn't get held up in Celsius, but I know a lot of people that did. Thanks for the update, bro. Yeah, so now this thing is kind of fighting its way back to putting that high again. Everything has bounced in the last little while. Not saying it's impossible. Might take a little bit more climbing. Not going to climb up there right away. But also, we have to consider where it got rejected, which was a pretty important SR line right here. It fought over this level 1, 2, 3 times and was rejected from it again. So if it is going to put in another high, we really want to see it, kind of get above that 11,111. About 11 cents. We want to see it get above that level. And that will kind of be, if it gets above that level, I mean, you could probably go long now if you really wanted to, but I would like to see it get above there. I'd feel a little bit safer. But it is kind of coming up, and the VWAP momentum oscillator looks good. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's completely possible. All right. Keep it going. Going to look at Theta. 2-hour chart. All right, so this is another one. I actually just did this one the other day for this was like can you do some TA for Theta for an old guy who put a bunch of money in? I remember him talking about that. This is where we were. Oh, actually, that's an old line that I drew. That was for a zoomed in thing. So remember that Theta has this pretty solid floor here, down here around 56 cents. High IQ did print an entry on the 2-hour chart. About an hour or two ago. It's currently up 0.3%. That kind of still stands in my opinion, especially if you see it on a 2-hour chart. That's a lot better than seeing it on a 17-minute, so to speak, because, the larger the time frame, the more it matters. Here it is, even on the 1 hour, only up 1%. Some people would say, hey, maybe you missed the move, but I would kind of disagree with that, because if you look at, the overall angle of this coming down, we have an anchor wave, trigger wave going this way. So the price action falling down, momentum out going up. That's bullish divergence happening on, probably on the RSI and the momentum oscillator paired with high IQ strong. Head hunch. Yep. 2-hour is strong. And he's right about that. The larger the indicator, the more it means. The larger the time frame for an indicator, the more it means. So, probably not a bad entry for Theta. Didn't mean to draw that line right around here. I mean, and it has kind of currently bounced up, coming up in the VWAP. Would like to see it get above this previous support resistance level around 98 cents, but we know it's possible to even fight for that, next high. So yeah, I think Theta is looking pretty bullish at the moment. Not going to lie. All right, we're going to go here to Brock, BROCK. Shout out for the super chat. This coin is on Bitget. I can give that a chance. Hey, and if you haven't signed up to Bitget yet, make sure you click the link down below in the description. Super good friends of mine. Proud to be a member of the Bitget team. And thank you for the care package today. Really enjoyed opening all that up. I even have a little thing I can sleep on now. It's going to be fun. All right, here we are. 2-hour chart for Brock. Don't know a thing about this coin. I do want to learn about it, but I don't know much about it as of lately. Let's go to like a 2-day chart. Totally zoom out here for a sec. So it kind of looks like a new project, recently putting in a higher high. I don't know if it's a new project or if that's just where it got listed on Bitget. Not sure. But, it does have, looks like it's continuing. This is an 8-hour, got a green dot below the candle there. Love to see it. Kind of zoom into the 14-minute chart. Okay, so we kind of have this level here that keeps getting hit right here. I mean, right around this 1, 2, broke it, lost it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 8 times this has been rejected from this 19-cent level. So, and then now we can kind of see like the total, kind of pull up the visible range volume profile. Up. Okay, and as you can see, the visible range volume profile, the point of control is a little bit below the current price action. I don't know, the market cap of this coin or anything, but I do kind of see the value area, like the range of the value area. And the fact that it keeps getting rejected from 19 cents does hurt in the short term. But keep in mind, this thing keeps testing the 19-cent level. And if it keeps continuing on with that, it's going to break through it eventually. So keep your eyes on this one if you want to see it turn around and get up to, to break that level. I do want to take a quick gander of this. Actually, let me go to coin market cap. Okay. Let me let it load up real fast, and then I'll switch over. Rock. Share this tab instead. Okay, so this is a very low market cap coin. Total supply, max supply, so 67% of it is in circulation. It's up 5.31% the past day. Market cap of 12.24 million. So very relatively small coin, is available on Uniswap, Bitget, MEXC. News. Bitrock is an Ethereum sidechain, IBFT, proof of authority blockchain with near zero native gas fees on top of having scalable, secure, and high-speed infrastructure. Making sure I didn't hit the mute button there. Bitrock will have a unique multi-chain DEX swap where cryptocurrencies can be traded directly on their native chains without the need to use DEX native to those chains. Interesting. Hold native chain tokens or pay gas fees in those native tokens. All of the former can be handled through Bitrock's native multi-chain DEX, and all gas is equalized from other chains and paid in Bitrock 20. Very interesting. Going to look into this one a little bit more, maybe look into Twitter, what have you, see like what they're building. That basically explained it there, but I want to learn a little bit more about it. And it's super low market cap at the moment. So definitely be careful with this coin, but hey, they could be on to something. Like if it does sound pretty bullish, but it like doesn't everything sound bullish. Be careful with this coin if you're going to trade it. Very small market cap, but at the same time, this is kind of a thing, you might put 0.1, 0.2 Ethereum into and hope it turns into 1 or 2 Ethereum. But choose your battles and be careful. All right, so we looked at Kaspa. Oh yeah, PRQ. Pull this back here. There are 406 people in here at the moment. Shout out to each and every one of you. I really appreciate all your support. Make sure that you smash that like button if you haven't already. We already have 307 likes. Love to see it. Let's send this thing up to 400 before we close the show in 5 minutes. Because that if there's 400 of you here and 300 likes, that means there's 100 of you who are guilty. You're guilty. Okay, so Head hunch, 5% tax, no good. Oh, okay. Are you talking about for that last coin? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, Brock has 5% tax on sell and buy. Yeah, that's terrible. Didn't know that. Thanks for the heads up. Michael Hodge. I think I know Michael. I think I know which Michael that is. I'm pretty sure. What's the shortest time frame, generally speaking, that has the highest success rate in terms of trading? What's your personal cutoff? Good question. So to be honest with you, this is kind of how I've always traded. And thank you for the super chat. So say this is I'm using this coin as an example. All right. I do like how it hooked around here and it kind of has established this little mini floor there. And it has flashed a high IQ indicator, a little late last night. I don't like the momentum oscillators at the moment, but this is how I would trade a coin. Okay. So I start off at like the daily chart. All right. I get the overall feel here. I realize, okay, this PRQ coin has come all the way down, from its previous high earlier this year at 25 cents. It's at 6 cents now. So I know it has that kind of price action into it. I would want to have a firm grasp on the tokenomics. So I know if there's anything weird going on there. I do like how, with the price action coming down this way, the momentum oscillator kind of trending that way, kind of a larger time frame, bullish divergence playing out over time. It has pumped up, 40% in the past 29 days, which really isn't much considering what other coins have popped off that hard in the past little while. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, Brandon, I will get to Alchemy. But so then once I see that daily, now I know the daily chart in my mind, and I realize how high the price action has gone. I also know that the visible range volume profile is a little bit above the current price point. So that's, that's in my mind, right? So now I'm kind of zoom in from there. So I have the daily chart in my head, and now I'm looking at the current situation. Look at the 2 hour, look at the 30 minutes. Look like I realize that it's coming down. So say, hey, maybe I want to short this thing from here back to this retest level, which could be a 4.4% win. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Head Hunch. I appreciate you. Drag Dubs, $2 super chat. Pick 3 cryptos used for Starship space travel. I don't know. I know Filecoin interplanetary system, but I is that like is that a trivia question, or like if you went to space, what are 3 coins you'd take with? I don't know what that means, dude. All right, so continue. So Michael's question was, what's the smallest time frame you'll trade off of? My answer to that is the 30-second chart. And I don't use the 30-second chart solely to trade off of that's my chart. Not saying that, but I use the 30-second chart to time trades. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you're trying to catch this short here and it has bottomed out right here a couple times, keeps fighting this level, I'm not going to go short right here. I'm going to see if it bounces off of this and see if it gets through here. Because if you look at the volume profile, big gap. So if it kind of gets past this level here, that's where I open my short. Because it has bounced off this level a bunch of times. There is volume up here, but there's a low volume node there, which is why on the 30-second chart, you kind of watch that happen in real time. And, over 5 minutes, you'll have an idea of the way it's going to move. So, I don't solely trade off the 30-second chart. I zoom all the way out to the daily and then systematically zoom in. And then I use that chart for timing. So that's the way I operate. And I have a good system and it works for me. It might not work for you. Some people, have been successful traders, will go off, say, the 12, 17-minute chart, what have you. And they will just kind of go off of, okay, on the 12-minute, it looks like it's going to go down from there. It's coming down in the VWAP. I'm just going to short right here. Some people trade like that. I like to be a little bit more exact, and I want to time it a little bit better if I can. That's, but you could do the same trade from here and be just fine. It's off your preference. Listen to me. This is an important lesson I want you guys to know. Trading isn't easy, guys. Trading is the most difficult thing you'll ever try to do, especially if you try to do it for a living. It's no joke. You will fail time and time again. You pay for your mistakes. Trading crypto. All right. And when you traded as many times as I have, when you've lost that many times, you've liquidated that many times, when you've won that many trades, you start to develop a system, and you realize when to be careful and when to send it. You realize where you should set your stop loss, when you should chase, and when you shouldn't. And it really becomes a thing that when repetitive timing, when you do something, you put your 10,000 hours in, it's a skill base. So it's not something that I can explain over time. And even traders that have put the hours that I have in might feel different than me. I'm just telling you what works for me. Trading is not easy. All right. I'm going to take a quick look at Alchemy Pay before we sign off for the day. I believe it's ACH, right? I'm going to double check. Yep, ACH, just making sure I didn't pull up the wrong chart. All right, so we got 2-hour chart, Alchemy Pay. Looking at the daily really fast so I can see where it's been, where it's going. All right, so, this thing has been up pretty high earlier this year, constantly rejected around the 4.5-cent level. Now has kind of popped back up from the October pump and has gone back down since, 80% in 23 days. And then, from that little top has come down 17% from there. So from the 2-hour chart, we're kind of going to see, like, was that the correction? And is it coming back up? Sort of looks like it to me. because you see this level that was fought over a bunch here kind of became the floor, not for the wick, but for the bodies of the candle. That is a pretty good turnaround spot. So we kind of want to wait and see, actually not even wait and see, kind of zoom in on the 15-minute. I mean, I don't like that there's a bearish divergence playing out in the 15 minutes because, we're coming up in the price, anchor wave, trigger wave coming down the hill there on the 15-minute chart. I don't know. So what's important here is that this level here has been fought over several times. We kind of want to see it get over that 2.04 cent level. Because like when it kind of squirreled its way up like that, it hasn't been like high, low, high, low, high, low. It like kind of squirreled like a little sideways. So I would kind of wait for to see if it's going to retest again. But at the same time, like my final cutoff level for me would be this. That would be my level. And I bet there's more price action back here where it fought there. Of course there is. Right there. Okay. So that's your level. Set a timer. I mean, if you want to long it from here, you might get away with it, but you might not because there's a bearish divergence playing out. But I do like that the volume profile is above where it is. So I don't really know much about this project. I'll have to look into it. But all right. So there you go. Shout out to Alchemy Pay. Definitely want to learn more about that project. Hope I covered that base for you, man. Oh, I didn't even have the chart pulled up. I feel stupid. There it is. There's Alchemy Pay. Yep. So you see what I'm saying, how the chart squirreled up and there's support resistance here and this level has been retested. So what I'm saying is that, I kind of, this uptrend that it's in is good. And what I was saying is that you want it to come down. And if you're going to wait, you would probably want it to bounce off this before you went on. But I don't really know much about this project, so I don't have a direct opinion, but the setup's not that bad, to be honest. All right. So there we go. I really appreciate each and every one of you. That's the end of my hour. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out the door. I really appreciate that. Let's take a quick little check on the likes. 365 likes. We are almost there. 35 away from 400. I'm going to sign off here, but make sure you smash the like button. I really, really appreciate it. I'm working my butt off every day, one day at a time, to make this channel the best I can. I've got a lot to do today. After this, I'm just going to keep working to keep making videos, keep making content, and do it one day at a time. That's how I like to do it. So with all that being said, much love for each and every one of you. Make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate it, and have yourself a great rest of your day. Later.